Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another weekly forecast slash breakdown. Before we get started, of course, we're going to run through our VIP results. We're going to talk through what I was thinking through these trades and how it sort of matches our weekly forecast we gave out last week. You can see here we had a nice 5.5% in profit from last week, and you can see with the amount of trades that we took, the 0.5% losses weren't enough to get back to the market. We still ended up being positive, and this is how we should trade, guys. We should manage our risk because we know we're not going to be perfect in the market. We're not going to know exactly what's going to happen. So if you take the risk, try not to put too much risk in the market because you'll end up negating some of your wins from the day before, from the week before, and you're just always going to be in that sort of spiral where you'll win 1 week, lose 1 week, win 1 week, lose 1 week, and you'll just be at break even. A lot of people maintain that break-even streak. Some people may get a bit frustrated with that break-even and then even go into the loss streak. So we don't want to do that. We want to keep our loss or our sort of risk in the market, our losses in the market as low as possible. And then if that trade ends up working out in our favor, we'll either make double or triple of that amount. And the quite tricky part is with human nature, we are greedy naturally, so we'll always want to increase our risk the more confident we are. I've tried this many times, and no matter how confident I am, I'm always baffled on how the market decided to turn around there and go the wrong direction. And and then it just didn't work out in my favor. I ended up losing the profits from the day before the last week. I'm now negative, and guess what I'm doing now? I'm now chasing the market just to get back up to where I was. So a very tricky spiral. You don't want to get in there, go into that spiral to begin with. So how do we prevent that? Is by keeping your risk low as always. Throughout all the trades, pretty much, you want to keep that risk as low as possible. So without me waffling on, Monday we started off with that swing trade as we were talking about from the last week's forecast. If you managed to watch that, if you didn't, give that a quick watch so you sort of can know what we're talking about here. So we managed to catch this plus 2%. The market opened with a gap which aided us in our favor. If we go over to US30, we can then show you that gap, and you can see here we were in this trade from here. I believe it was a long position like this, and we were targeting this weekly fair value gap on Friday, and you can see that the market opened with a gap, pop, took out this high, and then this was where my main target was overnight, and price hit that. So that was a lovely 2% trade there. You can say that the stop loss was quite small. Can you see this difference? See this difference between the green and the red? This is what you guys need, right? If you're catching trades like this and the risk to reward is like pretty much that, then even though you're making 0.5%, like you're risking 0.5%, this is a 0.5% win, right? Which means in order to get to one, like if you end up losing the next trade, this trade has now been negated, right? You made 0.5%, you've lost 0.5%, and now you're back at break even. However, if the risk to reward is something like this, where you risk 0.5% and you make 2.5%, right? Then if you end up losing the next trade, you're still up 2%, right? You minus, is it minus 0.5% from 2%, and you're still up 2%. So this is where it's quite key to have your risk to reward on your trades. You need to find the tightest, not stop losses that are too tight, because a lot of people try to go for those, 2-3 pip stop losses just to get that mad risk to reward. And sometimes the market ends up spiking them out, and then they don't know what to do. So we keep a decent stop loss, where we know that we're right, the market's targeting a bigger target, and you can see exactly what happened. Had I held this trade, the market would have carried on in its direction anyway, and probably given us 3 to 4.5%. It just depends exactly how you want to trade. Because this was overnight, I just wanted to take the profit. I'm happy to take 2.5% just so I can get constant growth on the prop challenge. So right, so you can see that price ended up continuing into this weekly fair value gap, which is what we were expecting during the weekly forecast from last week. So if we go back to that, you can see that obviously on Monday we tried to sell, I believe, or something, and it didn't end up working out. Tuesday was a bit of a dodgy day. We did end up in like positive with 0.5% here, so we just left it. So now here at this point, you could see that if we go back to the chart, I'm going to start off with US30 here. I'm going to go over to gold after, just because we started off with US30. You can see that if you follow my similar sort of approach that I explained in the last video, that we were expecting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday to be bullish, and for the market to start turning around from Wednesday onwards. So you can see that Monday here was bullish, Tuesday again was slightly bullish here, pushed right up, it actually consolidated a bit Tuesday. Then Wednesday we ended up getting one final push into this level. And to be honest, looking over to the left here, we do have a slight gap that I noticed as well. I just noticed that, look, we have this slight gap where price is now trading into. And one thing we also have, if I go to the weekly time frame, we then don't reload it, we adjust the thing here. You can see that between these two candles is a volume void. This is called a volume void here, where the candles have not met. So you can see that the price has tapped into this void here on the weekly time frame, and then it's going to have a reaction. Not all the time, but it tends to have a reaction. So if the smaller time frames are backing you now, that it's going to have a reaction. You can see that. Let's change the color of this, and this is what I was, the image I was showing you guys on the free channel. So again, if you guys are not in the free channel, bro, I do send some certain nuggets here for you guys if you want to follow this US30 as well. If you don't want to be a part of the VIP group, that's cool. But you know, everyone deserves a chance to learn in this tough industry. And you can see that the red box is the volume void, and price tapped into this, and then it just absolutely collapsed. Now, you may say, oh, wait, you sent, you know, we did catch a nice 1% on Thursday here, and we were expecting price to push up one more time. And this is the tricky part when it comes to trading, because again, we're still learning as well. But what I was expecting for price to just give us one little spike above and then push back down, right? Collect the liquidity and push back down. I wanted that optimal entry for the sell, but what I didn't know is the sell move has already started, and it's not going to come back, right? It's already started from here. Technically, with this price that pushed back up from here and price push down, you can see that pretty much you have a breaker block right there, and then price just failed, and you can see all of these wicks. Look at these mad wicks, and these are the buys that we took. So you can still catch, you know, some profit in the market trading the opposite direction, and that's exactly what we did. We bought here, and we took we took profit here, and then price came back down. So it's at this point where I should have known that, look, market's following this trend line, it's not going to go and break it. And it was again here on Friday, we were expecting some buy just to break out of this trend line to push back down, but we wouldn't have had enough volume for it on a Friday. Now, again, going through my rule again, and it's not always Monday, Tuesday bullish, it could be Monday, Tuesday bearish. So just following in the pattern that we're following this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is the whole pattern of the week. The week was going to be bearish, it's going to end bearish, but it's about knowing when to enter. So going back, yeah, as I was saying, this picture right here, we were in a buy, we should have flipped to a sell, it is where it is, but you can see that the price tapped into this weekly opening gap, and it's only if the opening gap held as bullish support would we have ended up going up, right? Because look at all of this liquidity here, price is left, and I was expecting for price at least tap into this box here. Should have known that, right, price has failed, days are going on, Thursday, let's actually try and attempt to sell at least once, and then we would have been able to catch this whole drop, but we didn't. So that is pretty much why we ended up missing out on this sort of sell drop, but we mentioned it in the weekly forecast, so it doesn't really matter because we had the right analysis. So next time, hopefully we'll be able to catch one of these moves, and that's exactly what I said to the VIP. But it's not all doom and gloom. I'm going to switch over to gold and show you how we managed to catch a move that took us to the all-time high. So going in on over to gold here, absolute chaos and consolidation here going on at the start of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think, yeah, it was towards the end of Wednesday where price decided to push up here. But look at all of this. What is this? This is prices all over the place here. I didn't even bother trading it. I did trade a few moves here just to see if we can get a move up and move down, but we weren't getting any of that. When price decided to say that, right, I'm going to respect this level and push down, price came back up, and then this was out of the timing anyway and pushed back above this high again. Now it was at this point where we were kind of like, okay, maybe price wants to push down. No, it pushed back up again. So then it was at this point where it's like, make up your mind what's going on here. So the longer time was spending in this area, this is more bullish, because look at this trend line, right? Again, I don't use trend lines just like that. I just use it for visual representation. Now this trend line right here is showing you that price is pushing down here and it's broken out, and look at price respecting these levels and not pushing back below these lows here. Now I'm following on the 4-hour time frame, because technically this ended up becoming a 4-hour time, like a very higher time frame move. If you go down to the hour time frame just to see exactly all of the, you know, the liquidity sweeps that we end up getting, if I mark this high right there, price took the high, then what exactly happened? Price came back down, but it didn't take out all of the lows here. It held in this range until price ended up breaking out. Bang. Now that price is broken out, it was at this point where I'm like, right, price is just going to carry on to the all-time high. We're not going to get an entry. But I knew, and I sent this in the channel here. Where was this by? It wasn't that far, to be honest. It was right here. So it was right there, right? Pretty much right there. So you can see that price is already broken out, and that's the all-time high. Now, it's at this point that I've said that we'll see if price wants to give us a chance to get in. If price pulls back down, then it gives us a chance. If not, then we're just going to be sitting exactly like this meme that I ended up sending in the gold channel. Where are we? We were just going to be sitting exactly like Pablo Escobar, just right there, if price had broken the all-time high, because that means that the target would have been taken, and we don't have a very probable trade on what was going to happen. But price gave us that chance. All of this was just higher time frame move to get out, and just don't worry about it. I wasn't going too heavy on risk because there was no confirmation, and then once we ended up getting a break and we went really close to this all-time high, this was a very, very bullish confirmation. So the fact that price ended up pushing down and then we ended up getting on to this move right here shows that, right, price is tapped. We've got a midnight opening price as well. This is an order block. Price is tapped in this area. We just wait for a reversal, stop loss below the low, and look at that impulse move straight to the high. It only took what? So 15 minutes, 15, half an hour, 45, an hour? Pretty much. Took an hour of this movement. Let's say an hour, 15 minutes, and then we've hit our target. And that was a lovely 2.5% trade that we took there. A very, very good trade. And you know, we had a few reactions like that. We had a few VIP members ready for the all-time high. And I think I did send this in the free channel. Yep. This is also sent in the free channel right here. We can see that we were expecting for price to move up from the midnight opening price, or to, you know, maybe tap a little lower. And then right here I said the move begins. Let's go and let's ride it up to the all-time high. And then the boys also rode it with us. So well done if you rode this move with us. Lovely 2.5% there. And that pretty much explains, you know, what the trades that we took last week. I hope you guys obviously got some information from that breakdown, but we're not done yet, because we're going to talk about the weekly forecast and what we're expecting next week. So I know a lot of you guys are more interested in gold, so let's run through gold first and what's going on here. So price is now pushed up into that all-time high. Let's remove all of these drawings together. Again, I just jumped onto the charts and I'm going to just see what we're looking for. So we've had this impulse move here. Price is now obviously retraced and pushed up. So now we have to mark the very, very key levels over here. So we got 3100 on this next bullish impulse. That's what we do. We follow these key levels and we see where price wants to go. So I'm thinking that we're going to get a bullish move Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then perhaps let's have a look at the news here. 1st of April, JOLTS, PMI, ISM Services PMI, and then NFP on Friday. So NFP is going to be a key move. Is going to be the key move of the week. So if we do get bullish moves, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to start looking for that push back down on that Thursday, Friday with NFP. So that's pretty much going to be my weekly forecast there. If you look at the 4 hour time frame, you can see that we probably don't have too much liquidity, but I'd expect price to push back into discount with this impulsive move. And then when you get price push back into discount, that's when you get another charge back up. So it depends exactly what I want to do. So if price wants to push up at the start of the week, then we get this move. However, if price wants to push down at the start of the week, then we can look for the opposite move. Yeah, pretty simple, right? So you want to see exactly what the market, and I use this model all the time. Pretty much it defines how I'm going to be trading my week. So you can see exactly, you'd be like, oh, Wes, how did you trade the move, you know, with that model going into this week? You can see that because price wasn't moving anywhere and the market's bullish Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Look, why did the move start Thursday, Friday? It started towards the end of the week, because Thursday, Friday tends to be that decision-making week where it's made enough consolidation, it's broken out, people are getting into sales, it's got enough liquidity for the sellers in this market here who are targeting for price to push down here, and then it's like, nope, we are moving up, came back down, got a few more people on the bandwagon here to take price to the all-time high. We got involved, a few other people, I know Michael also got involved there as well. So then price took out the highs. So that's pretty much it on the weekly forecast over here. So we're expecting for price to either push up, break down, and push back down, right? With that NFP trade. So I'll keep you guys updated updated with these gold analysis, because it's not as clear, because we're in all-time high territory. So this is exactly how I look at the market at this point. So again, please join the free channel if you guys want that analysis going forward. Let's look at US30, see where we are. So again, price has dropped into this area. The new week opening gap, this is going to be a key level to hold price down. So we're going to see it look for a retracement back into this area to continue this push back down. Now the bearish move has started. This is going to be our target. So we've got our sell side. If we go into the weekly forecast, the weekly time frame, sorry, you can see that price is now pushed back into the support for the bearish move, right? Or the weekly fair value gap. It's now ready to target a new low and then potentially these lows here. So we've got these as sell side. So this is what we're looking for. Our bias is bearish. What we want to look for is if price attacks these levels to start off the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, I wonder what happened there. Okay, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then we probably can get a bullish move going forward with NFP to pull us back into this area. However, if we get a bullish move Monday, Tuesday, right, and then we're looking for another bearish drop going forward into Thursday, Friday. So I'll be looking for that. Hopefully we can get involved on this sort of sell move. Obviously the week before wasn't as good, but we managed to get the decision right. So hopefully we can get involved as a second chance here. But that's pretty much it on the weekly forecast and breakdown. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Check the links in the description below if you want to join VIP, if you want to join the free channel. And that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. It's been your boy, OSFX. Peace out.